Today is October 23rd, 2011. This is my 1985 BMW 528 that I have for sale. Wanted to take a few minutes just to do a walk around on the car and give any prospective buyers obviously a overview of the condition of the car. I've owned the car for about 2.5, coming up on 3 years. During which time I have put a good bit of mechanical work into it. But we'll go around and do a walk around here just to kind of get an idea of some of the good and some of the imperfections of the car. Let's see here. The hood emblem I replaced. It's a little chip of paint off of there, as you can see. The paint, to create realistic expectations, is what you call a 20-footer. So it's overall, you could probably get away with just repainting the trunk and the sunroof itself. I mean, the rest of it is in good condition, but again, I'd rather you kind of err on the side of caution. The wheels are the original BBS basket weaves, 15 inches. I do have new rubber all the way around. You can see by the depth there. Let's see here. Go around trying to look for any. I mean, you're going to find, of course, you know, a few scratches here and there. The car, I assume, was repainted once. Again, I've had it for about 2.5, 3 years now. Same thing on the rear here. Again, new tires. Of course, I do have receipts for that. There is some imperfection here. I don't know if this is some road rash or what, but some of the paint has chipped off. The car actually has a BBS aero kit in the front and the back of that era. I don't have the original window sticker, so I don't know if it actually left the dealer that way, but it's definitely of that era just from looking at it. Just a view of the back of the car. Again, it is a privately owned vehicle, just because I'll be posting this on Craigslist and YouTube, etc. I just took my license plate off to for my privacy there. But it is licensed, fully insured, and registered in the state of Georgia. One note, if you're not familiar with how motor vehicle registration works in Georgia, you know, if you're an out-of-state buyer, for example, with cars that are 25 years and older, there is no title. There's just a bill of sale. The DMV retains the title, so the car will be sold with a bill of sale. Of course, there's no lien or anything like that on it. It is paid off. Take a look inside the trunk. Again, trunk emblem in good shape. Let's see if you can see the original tool kit. Pretty much everything is there. If you're not familiar with these cars, or this is your first vintage BMW, Bavarian Autosport, I believe it's www.bavauto.com, is a really good source for parts. You see the trunk is really clean here. I've garaged the car since I've ever owned it. It looks like it's been garaged for most of its life. You see, no rust or anything like that in the trunk. So real clean car. The car, I'm under the impression, was bought new in the Metro Atlanta area. I live in the Metro Atlanta area, so as did the buyer who I bought this from a few years back. So you know, safe to assume it's already been a Southern car, but of course I can't guarantee that. There are a couple dents. Might be kind of hard to see in the sun. One over in this area here that could be popped out. I just never got around to it, and this could be popped out. You know, it was a pretty clean and solid car when I bought it, and quite frankly, my focus has been on fixing some of the mechanical issues that the car had when I bought it. so I just never got around to the cosmetic work. Again, new rubber here up front. There's another view of the car. Real sharp looking car. Let's see. Let's take a look at the interior. Start with the rear here. It's cream colored interior. Again, I'm assuming it's the original leather. The one imperfection in the back seat is this tear here. Kind of so you can judge the scale. Looks to be about maybe 8 inches long, 12 inches long. But I would imagine it's a seam that could be repaired. You know, back seat's in good shape. But that's the only main imperfection in the back seat. Again, this is a 25-year-old car, so it's not going to be showroom new. Right here, it's the imperfection in the front seat. Oh, and right here, sorry, I've got some stuff back there. This lip is missing. There's a plastic piece, again, that can be procured either from eBay or from Bavarian Auto if you want a new one. Should be a cheap thing. In the front of the car here, again, driver's seat looking pretty good. Just remember that one imperfection here, or passenger seat, excuse me. The dash does not have any cracks in it, which, if you know these cars, that's pretty rare. So the driver's side seat, again, as I mentioned in the ad, obviously, you know, drive it without any problem, but it is a bit torn up here, as is there as well. The rest of it's in pretty good shape, so you can probably get away with getting a new cover there, or throwing seat covers on it, or driving it as is, as I've been. But looking at the interior, again, especially with the color it is, it's actually a very clean, very well kept car. The power seats work in all directions except the headrest. Again, the headrest motor works. It's just common in these things where I think there's like a belt or something that gets disconnected. It is a 5-speed manual. The lighter works. I'm not a smoker, but I've used it to charge things. The heater works. When I bought the car, and again, that's as of this date, the AC was blowing cold. I never bothered to get it recharged just because I tend to drive around my windows down. I can't guarantee that the AC would work if it got charged, and like I say, if with a serious buyer, I could get it recharged for you, and we could see. But should work fine. Dash, again, in great shape. The mileage on the car is listed as 122. The odometer broke before I bought it, so I can't guarantee the mileage on the car. If you're familiar with BMWs, Volvos, Mercedes, and Porsches of this era, or if you look up VDO, that was the manufacturer for these odometers, and there are a couple gears in there that over time just break. It's easy to fix. There's actually a repair kit you can get from Bavarian Auto that for like 75 bucks that does that. Again, everything else works. All the gauges, instrumentation works. The radio went out probably about a year ago. Haven't had any other electrical problems with the car, and I just haven't gotten around to replacing it. But it's just the unit itself, so I think it's just the unit and nothing else in the car. It does have a good aftermarket system, nothing obnoxious, but it's nice and has some extra speakers. And again, with a serious buyer for the right price, I could replace this unit too. Something else unique to this car, it does have an aftermarket wood grain kit, which I thought was nice. If you're familiar with these cars, they're a little barren on the inside. They typically just have the plain leatherette. This included, got the original owner's manual, and again, if you look at the address in there, it's a suburban Atlanta address, so that's what leads me to believe the original owner was in Atlanta. Let's see here. So you got that. Take a minute to look under the car here. I'm not sure if this will come out or not, so I'll just attempt. But it is dry. You know, I'll say rust free under the car. I mean, there's no rust spots. It doesn't look like it's been driven in salt or anything. Naturally, with any old car, you know, if you were to take it apart, you know, there's going to be a little rust here and there. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else. The chrome on these cars just tends to age, you know, kind of dull with age. There are kits available from Bavarian Auto that will clean the chrome and take the oxidation off. What a lot of enthusiasts do as well is they black it out. They might just get they sand it down. There's a procedure where they paint it, and the term is called shadow lining. So if you want to research shadow lining in E28 on the internet, we'll do that. But anyway, like I say, definitely for the money. It's a very good car, a very nice, clean, solid car. So I guess that's it. I'll also film a test drive momentarily, so we'll just do that in a separate video. Thank you.